What if I told you there's a clock inside every single one of your cells, ticking down not in seconds but in years? And what if I told you that you have some control over how fast that clock ticks? It's not science fiction. It's the science of your own DNA. Welcome to The Better Habit, the channel where we explore health and nutrition in a way that's realistic, sustainable, and actually works for your life. Today, we're diving deep into our cells to understand how we age and what we can do about it. So, let's talk about DNA. You probably picture that classic double helix shape. Now, imagine at the very tips of each strand of DNA, there are little protective caps. These are called telomeres. Think of them like the plastic tips on your shoelaces. Those tips prevent the laces from fraying and falling apart. Telomeres do the same thing for your DNA. They protect it from damage every time a cell divides. Here's where it gets interesting. Each time a cell divides, which happens billions of times a day in your body, those telomeres get a tiny bit shorter. Over time, as they get shorter and shorter, the cell can no longer divide properly. It either enters a state of old age called senescence, or it dies. This shortening process is one of the fundamental hallmarks of aging. Shorter telomeres are linked to a faster aging process and a higher risk for age-related conditions. It's like that internal clock I mentioned, ticking away with every cell division. But the story doesn't end there. Back in the 1980s, a scientist named Elizabeth Blackburn and her team made a Nobel Prize-winning discovery. They found an enzyme called Telomerase. The job of telomerase is to rebuild and lengthen those telomeres. It is like a tiny repair crew that comes in and adds length back to the protective caps, essentially slowing down that cellular clock. Now you might be thinking, great, so can I just get more telomerase and live forever? Well, it's not quite that simple. Our bodies naturally produce telomerase, but its activity can vary a lot based on our genetics and, crucially, our lifestyle. This is where you come in. The choices we make every single day can either help or hinder this natural repair process. Let's start with one of the biggest factors, chronic stress. When you're constantly stressed, your body is flooded with hormones like cortisol. Studies have shown a direct link between high levels of psychological stress and shorter telomeres. It seems that chronic stress not only wears us down mentally, but also accelerates the aging process at a cellular level. It puts our telomerase repair crew on a permanent coffee break, leaving our DNA more vulnerable. Think about your daily life. The constant pressure from work, financial worries, or relationship stress, it all adds up. It's not just in your head. It's physically changing your body. But the reverse is also true. Practices that help us manage stress have been shown to have a positive effect on telomere length. Things like mindfulness, meditation, and even spending time in nature can help reduce cortisol levels and potentially boost telomerase activity. It is about giving your body a chance to switch from that fight or flight mode into a rest and repair state. Now, let's talk about what's on your plate. Diet plays a huge role. Certain foods seem to be particularly good at supporting telomere health. Specifically, a diet rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds appears to be protective. Where do you find these? Think colorful fruits and vegetables, like berries, leafy greens, and bell peppers. These foods are packed with vitamins and phytonutrients that fight off oxidative stress, a type of cellular damage that can also shorten telomeres. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds, are also fantastic. Omega-3 South are powerful anti-inflammatories. Since chronic inflammation is another driver of telomere shortening, taming it with your diet is a powerful strategy. On the flip side, diets high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats seem to do the opposite. They promote inflammation and oxidative stress, which is like pouring fuel on the cellular aging fire. It's not about being perfect. It's about the overall pattern of your diet. Are you consistently including these protective, whole foods in your meals? That's what makes the biggest difference over time. So we have stress management and a nutrient-rich diet. What else? Movement? Regular, moderate exercise is another key piece of the puzzle. You don't need to run marathons or spend hours in the gym. Studies suggest that activities like brisk walking, cycling, or yoga, done consistently, are associated with longer telomeres. Exercise helps reduce stress, fight inflammation, and improve circulation, creating an overall environment in your body that supports cellular repair. The key word here is moderate. Interestingly, some research suggests that extreme, exhaustive endurance training might actually have a negative effect by increasing oxidative stress. It's about finding that sweet spot of consistent, feel-good movement. And we can't forget about sleep. Sleep is when your body's primary repair processes kick into high gear. It's when your brain cleans itself out, your muscles recover, and yes, your cells get a chance to repair. Chronic sleep deprivation is a major source of stress on the body and has been linked to, you guessed it, shorter telomeres. Prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night is one of the most fundamental things you can do for your long-term health, right down to your DNA. So to recap, the science tells us that we can influence our cellular aging through 4 key areas: managing stress, eating a whole foods diet, moving our bodies regularly, and getting enough quality sleep. Now, I know that can sound like a lot. You might be thinking, I have to meditate, eat perfectly, exercise, and sleep 8 hours every night. The goal here isn't perfection. Remember, this is the better habit. It's about making small, sustainable changes that compound over time. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. So here's your actionable takeaway for this week. I want you to pick just one of those 4 areas and focus on one tiny habit. Don't try to fix everything at once. If stress is your biggest challenge, maybe your small habit is to take just 3 deep, slow breaths before you start your car or open your laptop in the morning. That's it. Just 3 breaths to signal to your nervous system that it's okay to relax. If you want to focus on nutrition, maybe your habit is to add 1 handful of spinach to your eggs or smoothie each day. Or swap 1 sugary drink for a glass of water with lemon, a small, simple upgrade. If it's movement, maybe it's a 10-minute walk during your lunch break. Not an hour-long workout, just 10 minutes to get your body moving and your blood flowing. And if it's sleep, maybe you can try putting your phone away just 15 minutes earlier than you normally do. The power is in the consistency, not the intensity. Think of it as an experiment. Try your one small habit for a week and just notice how you feel. No pressure, no guilt, just curiosity. By focusing on these small, manageable steps, you not just building a healthier routine, you actively supporting your body's ability to repair itself from the inside out, one cell at a time. You're helping that Telomerase crew get back to work. If this video helped you see your health in a new way, please give it a like and maybe share it with someone else who is also building better habits. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Which small habit will you try this week? And be sure to subscribe to The Better Habit for more simple, science-based ways to feel better every day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.